For everyone who thinks Toyota is old technology, this is their answer. The BZ4X, a premium battery electric vehicle. All-wheel drive, one spec only. Let's check it out. Okay, let's start with the front. You got the hammerhead look, see in a lot of Toyotas nowadays. C-clamp DRLs, LED headlights. And then underneath here, you will see the electric motor in its full glory. All right, moving on to the side, you have black plastic cladding, but in a different way. It's all gloss and actually makes part of the fender itself rather than something on top of it. You have 20-inch alloy wheels, two-tone with Sport Max tires because this is performance-based. It's not an economy car at all. Some trim here in the bottom. Of course, you have power everything, power windows, keyless entry, all of that. Two-tone roof and a very slopey fastback design. As you can see, the BZ4X looks pretty low compared to a normal crossover or SUV. Ground clearance, if you're wondering, 200 millimeters, good for anything in the metro and even off-road. Here in the back, a more unfamiliar design, a Toyota with a light bar. So we don't have many of these yet. BZ4X branding, all-wheel drive for the flex. And of course, BEV, next gen of Toyotas is here. And open up the power tailgate. As you can see, lots of stuff. You even have a portable charger in here. And it's a 5-seater, as you can count from the headrests. The inside, the design here is a mix of familiar and unfamiliar. If you've been in, say, a Camry before, some of the switchgear would look familiar, like here on the door cards. And the seats themselves are very Toyota, even the quality of the leather. Of course, as I mentioned outside, power everything. You do have a sunroof up here. Let's open it up for more light. Okay. And one of the more futuristic things in here, I think this is the first time I've seen a rotary shifter on a Toyota. So push down, left, right, P for park, and dual wireless chargers here. The steering wheel has a bit of an unusual layout where the buttons are all cropped towards the center rather than easy thumb access. Might take a bit of getting used to since you have to stretch out to reach them. And you have a very EV-like gauge cluster up front. It's not the biggest. And instead of a heads-up display, they just put the whole thing out there in your line of sight. In the middle, beside the shifter, the fancy shifter, you do have your 360-degree camera button. And interestingly, X mode, which sounds like something out of a Subaru. Press it and you have snow, dirt, and deep snow or mud. Up here, this is the most impressive high-tech part of the cabin, in my opinion. The 14-inch screen, of course, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. It's got built-in navigation, and it's pretty snappy. Yep, no delay here in pressing anything. And of course, it has a lot of the Toyota safety sense settings, your trip info. You can see right now it has averaging 19 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So on par to hit that 570 kilometer range. And the driving position, this might be a meaty A-pillar, but they did put this little window here so you can see. And it doesn't feel like you're riding on top of the car. So premium-wise, I mean, premium cars do make you feel like you're inside it, and this one definitely lives up to that, even if I haven't lowered the seat all the way yet. So here we go. Pretty good. Now let's take a quick look at the space in the back. So right now, I am not, in fact, behind my natural driving position because this is a really quick first look. But as you can see, I fit there a while ago, and I fit here right now. Enough space for my knees, enough for my head. Width, it's okay. 2 people for sure. 3, yeah, you can pass. But the floor is a bit higher than you would be accustomed to a regular SUV, probably too because of the battery. It feels like my feet are up, but seating position wise, the recline of the rear seats, very good. And for 2.7 million, I think this hits the premium boxes, the premium feel. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below if you think Toyota's first BEV is an impressive effort, or would you rather wait for the cheaper little brother, the urban cruiser? Behind the wheel of the Toyota BZ4X here in Pampanga. And under the hood, with that electric motor, you get 343 horsepower and 338 Newton meters of torque. So it's almost a square number. And that means performance everywhere in your rev range. From a stop or when you floor it, you get everything you need. And that goes through both axles since this is an all-wheel drive car. And that means the power delivery is also quite linear. No wheel spin, no drama. Range 570 kilometers, so very doable to do the once-a-week charging if you're using this in the city. But of course, we recommend topping it off every night. So first impressions, how does it drive? The UX or experience of driving the car, first of all, doesn't feel very EV-like. you have lots of physical buttons here on the steering wheel, which is kind of different because they push them here on the inside. You have a rotary shifter, not one here, not a column shifter. You have lots of buttons for your eco mode, your X mode, which looks like something out of a Subaru actually, with modifiable grip settings. And basically the only big difference here, being an EV, are these shifters here, not for gearing, but for tuning your brake regen either to a low or high setting, which almost gives you one pedal like driving. First of all, very noticeable NVH. I think we cannot compare this to a normal car anymore. We should start talking about EV NVH versus other EVs because it's pretty much unfair. So here, basically no drivetrain noise, even when you floor it just a bit, but of course nothing compared to having a CVT or an ICE making noises under the hood. And insulation, as you saw, some big trucks passed by, barely anything came in. Plus the suspension is very plush. Being a premium SUV, you don't expect body roll, you don't expect harshness over ruts and bumps, and driving this versus say the Corolla Cross we took the other day, definitely a night and day experience. When it comes to drive modes, like I mentioned, you have physical buttons, but it actually only puts you in between normal and eco mode, so you don't actually get a sport mode here. But I think for an EV it can be a bit unnecessary because again, all you have to do is put that gas pedal down all the way and instant power all the way until you max out that 300 by 300 number. Meanwhile, X mode here is for off-road use, which is kind of surprising. So when you try to push it now, it won't give you anything. It'll say speed range exceeded. And if you noticed, I had to peer over my steering wheel to see the gauge cluster, and that is my biggest complaint about the BZ4X so far. So my driving position like this, it clears my knees. I don't have problems with the space actually, but when I have the steering wheel down here, for comfort of your arm angle, it's important. I cannot see basically all of the gauge cluster. It's not adjustable, so if I put the steering wheel down to be able to see it, I lose my knee room. So I'm not sure what the workaround here is, but definitely that's a con for this one during our first look. The gauge itself is very legible, basic all digital design, and you can see your Waze directions up there. But yeah, it's not useful right now because my steering wheel is blocking it. When it comes to steering though, it is weighted enough. It's not lifeless and it's definitely not heavy. And I think Toyota tuned it just enough to give you the sense of control that you would need during a lane change such as this without tiring you out when you take it around in the city. And that's our first look of the BZ4X all-wheel drive premium BEV. Like and subscribe, and this is Ash Mahinay. Thanks for watching.